We went to Romania for Dracula, ended up on a tractor. Expected horror, got perfect highways, a haunted house and found a nuclear bunker. Wanted history, got chased by a car and got completely lost. All that in this video. We decided to visit some historic castles in Romania. We're going to follow in the footsteps of Dracula and find out whether he's just a legend or if something will actually start chasing us at night. Spoiler, it might just be a hungry village dog, but who knows. We wanted to kick things off with a cinematic effect, like those big YouTubers do. They place the camera on the ground, get in the car, and dramatically drive away. The car disappears into the distance, leaving behind a perfect Hollywood-style shot. But there was a problem. 1, we were still in Slovakia, and 2, the camera was expensive. And since we don't have a sponsor to buy us a new one, we figured we'd better skip that scene. If you want, you can just imagine it in your head, us driving off, and a lonely camera abandoned in the grass. So instead of a fancy movie-like intro, we're just leaving normally. The journey was so long that at one point, the passenger fell asleep. And then later, so did the driver. But don't worry, we managed without Tesla's autopilot. Just good old-fashioned willpower, caffeine, and the occasional existential crisis at the wheel. I think I already messed something up. When big YouTubers show where they traveled, wasn't I supposed to first show a world map and highlight the country I went to? So here's Romania, and here's me, too broke for a plane ticket. Most YouTubers at this point show a dramatic shot of a plane. But I didn't have money for a flight, so I drove instead. Wait, let me add some kind of cool car effect. Okay, never mind, here's an arrow. Please, let's all pretend this is cinematic.
So, we are in probably a new apartment here in Romania, and for some reason, they have an atomic bunker here, probably. They left us some rations, 1 potato, because even though they have money for an atomic bunker, they don't have money for food. But we don't know what this, but we have a suspicion that these are the toilets, probably. These 2, so they have 4 toilets in total. Over here, they have probably the air filtration. So if you can't breathe on the surface, you can still breathe under the ground here in Romania. And I probably broke it too right now, so get the hell out of here. Because it doesn't end here. It also...
Yeah, I think I'd rather not comment on this. Let's just say, we're both electricians. In fact, I'm even a certified inspection technician. And yet, somehow it never crossed our minds that we could just turn on the light. So yeah, I won't even show you that part of the video. Just picture 2 grown men running around in the dark until we finally figured out that light switches exist. But hey, at least we started feeling safer after that. Especially when we found out that right beneath our rented apartment, there was an actual nuclear bunker. Unfortunately, our sense of security disappeared instantly the moment we saw this.
So, even though we have an atomic bunker here, so we are very safe if an atomic bomb drops here. The elevator shaft doesn't look very safe. I'm very afraid. And there's a camera here, so they are looking at us at the moment. So, hello people, for 100 euros we have this apartment here in Romania with an atomic bunker and very unsafe elevators, but we have an atomic bunker. So, this is 1 bedroom with a balcony over there. Come with me, my brother. Over there we have a cute little playground for children, but I can't go there very close because you know the judge said that I can't be in 100-meter proximity to children since last year because of some things I did to them. So then over here we have a very modern bathroom. We have a cute little sink. I don't know what to call this. Bathtub, sorry, English is not my mother tongue. A toilet and this French thing.
Bidet?
Bidet to you too, sir.
As soon as we found the bidet, we immediately felt the need to try it out. So, we had to take a short technical break. It wasn't some kind of scientific experiment, just pure human curiosity.
So, we can continue. Then we have another beautiful bedroom that is much smaller than mine, but that's because they are very poor and can't afford anything better. So after that we have something we will absolutely not use, but a pretty cringe and small kitchen. And that's basically all we have, but the only thing I care about is the bidet. One thing is the best about it, and that is that you can even control where the water washes your asshole. Look at this. If you want it over here, like if you are smaller, then you just put it here, you know, and it cleans you. And if you want it a little bit stronger and bigger, then you just put it up here and do this.
Jesus, God, please help! 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 Something happened!
And if you are stupid as us, then the person who gave us the apartment gave us a little cute mop.
Okay, but let's get to why we actually came here. Since no one watches my videos anyway, I might as well sum up the whole trip briefly. Here he was imprisoned. Here he didn't live, but it would be cool. Here he lived, but renovations stopped us. This is what we found on the way. This is what we found at night. Here we made a stop, totally normal, nothing creepy. Here we got chased. Here we got lost. All right, since even my mom wants to watch this video, I guess I'll expand a bit and reveal everything that happened on the trip. But let's start from the beginning. You've probably heard the legendary stories about Romania, that people ride horses everywhere. I'll admit we had our own prejudices too. At some point on the way, we even wondered if they had proper roads, or if we'd have to hitch a horse and travel like it's the 18th century. But reality? Completely different. Romania has beautiful, smooth highways, roads without potholes, proper signs. Honestly, we were shocked. But there was one downside. No matter where we went, there were castles, fortresses, and historical sites everywhere. It's like the Romanians decided to place a historic landmark at every intersection. Cultural overload to the max. And speaking of history, I almost passed out when a tractor took me up to a fortress. You expect a dramatic climb to the castle, maybe a scenic hike, and the next thing you know, you're sitting on the back of a tractor like a farmer heading out to fertilize his field. Now that's historical luxury. Vlad, Dracula, not exactly. So here's the truth. Vlad III. Tepes was not Dracula at all. He became famous thanks to Bram Stoker's novel, where the author basically thought, I want to write a horror story. I'll take the name of a guy known for some seriously brutal executions and turn him into a vampire. In reality, Vlad was famous for impaling people like kebabs on a grill. And that's not a metaphor, that's historical fact. So no sleeping in coffins, no turning into bats. Just a medieval psycho ruler with a serious taste for vengeance. And what about the castles? Corvin Castle. Vlad was supposedly imprisoned here, but instead of a vampire lair, it looked more like a medieval Airbnb with terrible reviews. Bran Castle, the most famous Dracula's castle, which had absolutely nothing to do with Vlad. Great marketing, big legend, but Vlad never even spent a night here. Still, the castle looks amazing, and tourists flock here believing it was his secret vampire lair. Poenari Castle, this was his actual castle, but of course, renovation time, so we never got to see the one place where he truly lived. Since our visit and Dracula hunt didn't exactly give us an adrenaline rush, we had to find another way. So we decided to visit the haunted house next to Bran Castle, and well, that was a mistake. When we were already on our way home, we found a perfect cemetery.
We were absolutely fascinated by this graveyard because graveyards in our country don't look like this. They are usually closed up, made like it's beautiful with a garden or something, but here they just decided that okay, everyone who dies, we will just put them right next to the road so everyone can see them. And for some reason I have a very bad feeling that something is watching me.
It was just an ordinary feeling, but when we returned to the car, a red car stopped behind us in front of the cemetery entrance.
So, we just left the random cemetery we found here in Transylvania, and while we were getting into the car, another car stopped right next to us. We didn't make anything from it, but for some reason that car is going after us.
After we took a wrong turn and had to break the rules on an empty road to get back to the turn, he turned around the same way and followed us for about 20 kilometers before disappearing. When we lost him, we thought everything would be fine. But in every village we passed through, there was always one dog, like the mayor, just standing there watching us. Maybe it was a sign, and the dogs were trying to warn us, because a few villages later, we found ourselves here.
We are in the forest.
Somewhere in Romania. We have no idea where we are.
In the end, we survived and made it to the border. If you have any ideas on where we should travel next in Europe, leave a comment.